Hello and welcome to News Update, where we let you know what's happening around the South Bahamas Conference and the world. The annual Women's Ministries Retreat is scheduled for October 14th to the 16th at the Retreat Center in Johnson Bay, South Andros, under the theme Chosen for a Purpose. Let's go out, ladies, and enjoy the breathtaking views, crystal clear beaches, fresh air, and pristine white sand of Andros, and return spiritually encouraged, motivated, and inspired for meditating on the Word of God. Application forms are available at the South Bahamas Conference office on Tonic Williams-Darling Highway and from women's ministry directors at the local Adventist churches. The annual Community Services and Pathfinder exhibition will be held on Sunday, October 16th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Breath of Life Church grounds on Marshall Road. This is going to be a great, fun time for the entire family, so you want to go on down and enjoy that. The flame of evangelism is ablaze in the South Bahamas Conference, and particularly around the New Providence Island. So no matter where you live on the island, you can find the Word of God being delivered with clarity and power nightly at 7:15. So join Pastor Peter Joseph under the big tent on Wellington Street for the Real Harvest Experience Gospel Campaign. Pastor Leonardo Ramming is at the Maranatha Seventh-day Adventist Church on Prince Charles Drive with a Happy Family Gospel Series. And Pastor Danny Major is at the New Providence Seventh-day Adventist Church on Soldier Road with Unveiling the Mystery, Prophecies Exposed. At the Centerville Seventh-day Adventist Church on 5th Terrace, Centerville, join Evangelist Al Powell with the Egypt to Canaan Gospel Campaign. Beginning this weekend, the Parkgate Seventh-day Adventist Church presents the More About Jesus Revival Series on Parkgate Road with Pastor Dan Hugh Gordon. Also, the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church invites you to its Redeeming Grace Seminar at the church on Tonic Williams-Darling Highway with host Pastor Ken Price. And the Living Faith Seventh-day Adventist Church wants everyone, especially young people, to join them for an evangelistic series entitled Stop Wasting Time at the church on Old Trail Road. 5 vibrant young people will present the word nightly, and it promises to be quite a blessing. And the Women's Ministries Department of the Breath of Life Seventh-day Adventist Church will be hosting a 2-week revival under the theme Women Sharing Their Spiritual Gifts and Talents, beginning on October 16th with a candlelight agape feast. The Atlantic Caribbean Union Mission will host leaders of the Inter-American Division, the IAD, of Seventh-day Adventists as they meet in Nassau, Bahamas for their year-end meetings during October 28th to November 1st, 2011. During this weekend, leaders from the IAD's 21 unions will present reports from their fields at the Fall Symposium Council that will be held at the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church on Sabbath, October 29th, 2011 at 3:30 p.m. President of the Inter-American Division, Pastor Israel Lato, will preside over these meetings. Another significant event in the life of ACOOM will be the dedication of their new headquarters on Gladstone Road on Sunday, October 30th, 2011 at 3 p.m. The building is steadily nearing completion, and ACOOM's officials are looking forward to the weekend. Pastor Leonard Johnson, president of the Atlantic Caribbean Union Mission, sees it as an honor to host these meetings during its first anniversary celebrations. Amazing Stories is an upcoming television program designed to share the glory of God in the life of His people. If you would like your story featured on the upcoming television documentary, please write a brief biography of your experience and mail it to South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists in care of ATV, P.O. Box N356, Nassau, Bahamas, or email us at atvbahamas@gmail.com. In Adventist World News, Seventh-day Adventist church pastors in the Cayman Islands are trading suits for jeans and sermon helps for dominoes. No, they aren't shirking responsibility. The ministers in the Caribbean nation are mentoring young people in the community who are vulnerable to drug abuse and gang involvement. The Cayman Islands has seen a sharp and unprecedented rise in violent crime this year, said Pastor Eric Clark, president of the Adventist Church in the country. He and his pastoral team have observed more young people turning toward a life of crime, baited by the sense of belonging and quick money that gangs promise. Absentee parents and few positive influences only worsen the situation, he said. We want to be there to support them, to put a hand on their shoulders, said Pastor Clark. Pastors hold community meetings and prayer rallies once a week where they offer counseling and support to young people on the fringes. They pray for the community, law enforcement members, perpetrators and victims, and their respective families. Ultimately, Clark and his team of pastors hope to garner even broader community support. The pastor's efforts gained recognition last week when Premier of the Cayman Islands, Makiva Bush, and several members of the country's cabinet and legislature attended the community meeting and prayer rally. Regional leaders of their Christian denominations have also showed support for the project by helping lead out in community prayer. Last week in my family's worship time, we were talking about being grateful, and my little 10-year-old sat quietly writing while we talked and kept writing even long after we had changed the topic. At the end of the time together, she produced a list written in tiny print with all that she was thankful for. 114 things, including the usual family, friends, toys, good health, etc. But it also included things we sometimes take for granted, like light to do her homework, pictures with memories, going to sleep and waking up in the morning and knowing that she will have breakfast, and my favorite, I can scratch my body by myself. Then there was an unexpected item of gratitude that rounded off the long list. I have not been murdered. Yes, that one came in the wake of what she has been hearing over the past week in the news and as they prayed at school for the family of the little 11-year-old boy who was killed recently. It's saddening that such thoughts would enter the mind of a child in our beautiful Bahamas, but unfortunately, that is where we are today. Yet in the midst of it all, we can each start our own thankful list. And as I told my daughter, we will fill books because every day there is so much to be grateful for. The next day, she filled another half a page with thank yous to God. And I invite you to do the same. On behalf of the South Bahamas Conference family, especially the production team, thanks for watching and have a blessed week. I'm Andrea Musgrove for Adventist TV.